My name is James Proctor. I'm from Rohnert Park, California. This is my second year with Prodigy disc, and here's what's in my bag. I'm going to start off with my putting putters. I putt with the 350G PA3. I carry 3 of them right now just for practice. They all have the hammerhead shark stamp. It's Nico LaCastro Fly Life. Thanks, Nico. I love these putters. They fly nice and straight. I transitioned from AVRs, and these were the putters that I found most to be consistent. So those are my putters. I have 4 throwing putters, 3 PA1s and 1 PA4. I carry 2 300 series PA1s. The pink one is slightly beat up, so it goes straight to a slight turnover. And my blue one is a little bit of a newer one, so it has a hyzer finish to it. And then I carry a 400G PA1, and it's very overstable. So any wind upshot or hyzer upshot, this is my go-to disc. And for turnover upshots or longer straight putts, I use the 300 PA4. Right out of the box, it's slightly understable, and so it provides a great anhyzer or hyzer flip action to it. Next, I'll show you my mid-ranges. Right now I have 5 mid-ranges in the bag. I'll start off with least stable, which is my 400G M4. This disc likes to go nice and straight right out of the box, and then as it slightly beats up, it will hold a turnover line. It's really versatile. I could also just throw it on a hyzer and have it flip up to flat. So I can do a lot of fun things with this disc. Next, I have a 750 M3. This disc is my go-to mid-range. It'll do everything, but mostly it just goes nice and dead straight. Even when I throw it with 100% power or close to it, it'll still hold that straight line. This is probably my favorite mid-range. I really like this disc, and 90% of the time when I'm throwing an upshot or even a drive around 300 feet, it will be with this disc. Next, I have a 750 M2. I really like the 750 plastic in the mid-ranges. It's very stiff, more so than the 400 plastic, and I can really trust it in the wind. A lot of times on the West Coast I play, and the conditions are usually windy, so having discs you can trust in the wind is really helpful, and that's when I use my 750 M2. I have a beat-up 400 M1. This disc started out very overstable, but it's been in my bag for over a year now, so it has a smoother hyzer to it. It won't spike like it used to, and I can turn it over and trust it to come back, so I can shape a lot of shots with this disc. And then if I just want a pure hyzer or a turnover that I know it's going to come back, or if I have a headwind, I'll go with my new 400 M1. It's brand new, it's very overstable, and I can trust it for almost every shot. Next, I'll go with my fairways. Starting out with my most understable is my 400 F7. This disc is only in my bag for rollers. It does provide a great anhyzer, a hyzer flip to anhyzer shape. So I do use it when that hole presents itself, but mostly this disc is in my bag for rollers. It is a great roller disc. Next, I have 2 400 F3s. I have a newer one and a more beat up one. They go dead straight. That's what I love about them. Even out of the box, they go dead straight. This one has been in my bag for a little over a year, so it does like to hyzer flip into an anhyzer, which is always nice. And then my yellow one is brand new, so it'll go dead straight, and it has a little bit of a hyzer finish. So these two complement each other really well, and no matter what hole, I could always attack it with either one of these discs. Next is my 400 F1. It is just a notch up from the 400 F3. So if I need something to go straight with a hyzer finish, I can rely on this disc to do that. Or if there's a little bit of a headwind, this disc will go nice and straight for me. Next in line is the 750 H2. This is probably my favorite disc that Prodigy makes. It does everything for me, and I can throw it with 100% power. It'll hyzer, it'll go nice and straight, and I can turn it over and trust it to come back. It's a really reliable disc. It's really controllable. The speed is good. it's overall just a fantastic disc, the 750 H2. Lastly in my fairway lineup is the 750 H1. It's very overstable, and it's really only in my bag for spike hyzers. It's too overstable for anything else. I will throw it on some sidearms, just because it's so trustworthy. I know it's going to come back right on a sidearm, and I know it's going to hyzer left with a backhand. Last are my distance drivers. We're out here at Milo McIver with a lot of big holes, so I do carry a lot of distance drivers for this course. My most understable is a 400G D3. This disc is in my bag for longer roller shots or hyzer flip to turnover. It's really understable. It's been in my bag for a long time, so this is my roller or anhyzer disc for my distance drivers. Next is a 400S D3. This one is brand new to the bag, and I love it. I can hyzer flip it to flat, and it has a lot of distance to it, and it always comes back with a trusty fade to the end. 400 D3 is a great disc. Next, I have some D1s. This is a 400S D1. It is slightly beat up, and I can shape a lot of shots with it. I can hyzer flip it to turnover, or I can hyzer flip it to flat. I can do a lot of great things with this disc. I throw this disc on a lot of holes. Next in stability is another 400G D1. This is my light blue one. This one's slightly more overstable. A lot of long hyzers with this disc. It's overstable enough to where I can turn it over and trust it to come back and have a fade to it. And if there's a little bit of a headwind and I want to go something flat, I'll pull out this disc. Next is another 400G D1, and this disc is a meat hook. It's very overstable. I only throw it when I need something to hyzer. When I can throw it as hard as I can can trust it to come back left. I will throw it for sidearms too, because I know it's going to come back right. It's probably my favorite distance driver just because it's so reliable. I know what it's going to do every time, and I can trust it to have that consistent finish. And lastly is my 750 X1. And these discs are like the H1 for me. They're overstable enough to where all I really do is throw a spike hyzer with it. It's got a really trustable finish. It's great for spike hyzers. It's great for turnover sidearms that you want to come back, and it's great for headwind shots. It's really reliable, and I can trust it to always finish left, just like that H1. And that is all the discs I carry in my bag. I try not to carry too many discs. I try to keep it pretty simple, but I believe I have a disc for every shot. And I'll show you what else is in the bag. I like to carry 2 minis just in case I lose one. I'll have a backup. These are from the National Collegiates. I like this Collegiate stamp, and these are my good luck minis right here. I also have a water bottle to stay hydrated on the course, and I have a SoFly in case you have a putt on a knee and you don't want to scrape up your knee, or you want that nice cushion. SoFly customized this stamp for me. It's got my initials right there and my Lakers colors, purple and yellow. So thank you, and I really love this. It saves my knees whenever I need to go down on a low putt. It's great to have in the bag. It's also fun to warm up with too. It's easy to play catch with. In this pocket, I carry a couple towels in case it's an early morning round and the grass is wet or something doesn't feel right. A couple towels, always gotta have them. And that's about it. That's what's in my bag.